Yes. Okay, we're good. Howdy. Is being annoying in the other room. Yes, at the doorway. 1 second. So, I'm sorry. You just ate. He wants food. We literally fed him within the hour, so like I'm not going to. Okay. Today is going to be going over a team that I have had insane success with the last few days. And kind of just want to be able to show it off. First, I'm gonna, do a couple ticket pulls, things like that, but Orgeist the Sociable. Rotom Frost might actually be a good snag here. Don't think I already have a Pelipper. Don't need a Pinsir. A Darganackle wouldn't be, like, awful, but I feel like Darg is just so much worse with the change to Sulk here. And then I already have a Sylveon, so... I feel like this is just a pretty simple Rotom grab here. And then I will go over the team that I will be using today. So, if I go to my box, this here is the team. It is a Mega Delphox team. So let me just go and start from Delphox. Delphox is a very, very, very strong Mega. It is one of the fastest Megas in the game. It's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, period. Where the only Pokemon that I know are faster than it are Mega Aerodactyl, Mega Alakazam, and Dragapult are the three that I know are faster. I believe, or also Mega Greninja, which you never see. I don't remember, I don't think, I believe it is faster than Jolteon. Let me just pull up Showdown real quick, go on speed tiers, because I am at least a little curious. Okay, the Pokemon faster than Mega Delphox are Mega Manectric, Mega Lopunny, Mega Greninja, Dragapult, Mega Beedrill, Mega Sceptile, Mega Aerodactyl, and Mega Alakazam. Of those Pokemon, the only ones seeing any significant play is Mega Aerodactyl with a varying amount of Mega Sceptile, Mega Greninja, and Lopunny that's being played. I've seen almost no Mega Manectrics, I've seen almost no Mega Greninjas, and I've seen no Mega Alakazams since using this. Also, in terms of the speed stat that it has to its attacking power, it has base 159 special attack, which is just monstrous. This Pokemon hits like an absolute dumpster truck with decent bulk, nothing crazy. 75 HP is a little low, plus the 72 defense, so a little bit frailer on the physical side, but it has base 125 special defense, so it's able to still take decent hits, so long as they are neutral hits for the most part, and maybe even take a super effective special attack once. Something like a Sinistcha Shadow Ball without a ton of investment. Can definitely survive. But Delphox has a problem. And that is that this Pokemon is super weak to the Dark type of the format and the Ghost type of the format, and King Gambit and Basculegion. King Gambit, you theoretically can beat with Delphox. However, Sucker Punch kind of makes that a moot point because you are literally needing to take a 50-50 on if you are going to kill it or not. If it's going to Sucker Punch you, you are always going to die unless I put way too much HP in defense investment, which is just not a smart thing to do. Or I have to just guess right when they don't use Sucker Punch and instead go for Kowtow, which is an unrealistic thing to consistently win games with. That brings me to the next Pokemon, my Honda Civic, aka Farigiraf. Farigiraf has the ability Armor Tail, which stops all priority. Priority obviously being the main reason why King Gambit is able to beat Delphox. Well, with Armor Tail, Delphox all of a sudden now beats its hardest matchup, or not hardest, but one of its harder matchups in the form of King Gambit, which is one of the few things that Mega Charizard Y has over Mega Delphox. It does hit harder as well, but that speed stat is significantly lower, hence why I'm using Mega Delphox instead of Charizard Y Mega. We are running Twin Beam over Psychic, Psychic Noise, and Psyshock because this is able to one-hit Sneaslers that are running the Focus Sash item, as well as give me a slightly higher chance to crit, even if that crit's total damage is going to be lower. I personally feel like that this is a very, very strong move that does not see a lot of play. Roar is being used as it is able to stop Trick Room, which is a very, very, very strong thing to have. As it is one priority higher than Trick Room, so Trick Room is at -6 priority, I believe. Roar is at -5. Maybe it's -5 at Trick Room, -4 at Roar, or something like that. I forget exactly how negative priority these are, but Roar will always occur before a Trick Room goes up. Because it switches Pokemon out, this becomes a very good anti-Trick Room move. We also have Trick Room ourselves, as sometimes you're fighting Whimsicott teams that are able to set up Tailwind very, very easily. And you might need to face 2 more turns in Tailwind, and there's not a lot you can do in that case. So you could just set up your own Trick Room. And this, genuinely having both of these, it might be a little dumb occasionally, but I have won so many games I otherwise would not have won, thanks to both Roar and Trick Room. If I were to get rid of one, it would probably be Trick Room. Also, having my own Trick Room allows me to reverse the effects of Trick Room if it ever does go up, because maybe they set up Trick Room while my Farigiraf was not in position to stop it. Lastly, we have Protect. So that is why we have Farigiraf on the team. So we'll go back to Delphox. Delphox, I mean, it's nothing crazy. You have Heat Wave for good spread damage. The problem obviously being the 90% accuracy does make this move slightly inconsistent, but there are ways to kind of work around it. I've found, maybe not work around it, but for the most part, you just click it like it's gonna hit, and then you just hope that that's the case. And occasionally it will bite you in the butt for it, but there is one thing that I do have that makes Heat Wave not more reliable to go for, but less likely to hurt if I miss. Psyshock instead of Psychic, because even though Psychic deals 10 more damage, Psyshock is able to hit Pokemon on their physical defense stat, And while there are a ton of physical attackers and a ton of Pokemon that are trained to survive physical moves, I always prefer having Psyshock over Psychic on special attackers for the sole reason that if they are super frail on the special side, I can always just go for my Heat Wave. I can go for my Fire move. If they're really frail on their defense, I can go for Psyshock. And that's kind of the reason between both of those. Nasty Plot to be able to boost my special attack to insane heights, and Protect to be able to stall out turns where otherwise Delphox would be fairly weak. So yeah, that is the Delphox. Already talked about Farigiraf, so now we are going to be moving to Terry Crews, the Whimsicott. This is one of my favorite guys. Now, there is exactly one move on here that is not standard for Whimsicott, and that is Energy Ball over Moonblast. And I will get to why we have Energy Ball over Moonblast in a minute. But Whimsicott is mostly here to set up Tailwind, disrupt with Encore, and stall out with Protect. Protect is very important, as without the Covert Cloak item, I need a way to be able to stop Fake Out, and Protect allows me to stop Fake Out while preserving my Focus Sash so that I can always survive one big hit with Whimsicott. It's a very simple tech, most people do it, especially in Champions currently, but it is something just to be able to take into account, essentially. And then yeah, Tailwind to be able to keep speed up. This is very important against certain teams, against either opposing Whimsicotts with slower Megas than Delphox, or against Mega Aerodactyl teams in which I need to make sure that I am outspeeding them when the time, like when it's important, essentially. There are definitely flaws with this Pokemon. It's probably my least brought bring, but when I do bring Whimsicott, it is easily one of the best Pokemon I can bring in any given matchup. And the main reason why we have Energy Ball over Moonblast, even though Moonblast does better damage into Garchomp, into King Gambit, and into a ton of other fairly common Pokemon. It's just a very good stat. Energy Ball is here because I have a Mega Swampert problem. Mega Swampert, and then to a lesser extent Rain in general, is a very, very hard matchup for my team to beat. And Energy Ball gives me a tool to be able to one-shot or near one-shot Mega Swampert, which is very, very, very important to have. Only very bulky Mega Swamperts I've seen survive. Like, they have to be more than, I think, half invested on HP, if I'm not mistaken. At least with my Showdown version of Whimsicott, I believe this Whimsicott is slightly weaker, but not so much so that it changes much. I just need literally any chip on a Swampert and Energy Ball will kill it, Mega Swampert specifically. And then other than that, Tailwind, Encore, again, these are just really good speed control and disruption options, able to stop Protect, able to force Pokemon that are clicking maybe a super effective move into one Pokemon, click a not very effective move into another. Things like that. This just becomes a very catch-all type of move. Maybe if Garchomp clicks Rock Slide to try and hit my Delphox super effectively, and I switch out into my own Garchomp, getting to that in a second, Encore can keep them stuck in Rock Slide, fishing for a potential miss, force them to switch out, or if I don't flinch, I can one-shot them with Dragon Claw, and things like that. So it is a very, very, very good move, and Tailwind is just able to help accentuate the power of my already fairly strong Pokemon. Next up we have Grimmsnarl. This Pokemon has been seen a lot this regulation, but with a very different moveset. Most people have been using Grimmsnarl as dual screen support with Spirit Break and Parting Shot, and while this isn't significantly different, there are just enough differences that my Grimmsnarl is, I would say, it's a different way to use the Pokemon. As most people are using the Light Clay item to be able to extend Reflect and Light Screen, a move I don't have, to end up staying for 8 turns instead of their usual 5. Obviously, the longer something lasts, especially something like Reflect and Light Screen, where the only way to get rid of it early is through moves like Brick Break and Psychic Fangs, it's a very strong thing to use. However, the main thing is that my Grimmsnarl needs to be able to buy a turn with Fake Out. This is a non-negotiable move to have for me on this Pokemon currently. So many Pokemon currently being used will see a Grimmsnarl, assume it's the Light Clay set, and just instantly be like, oh, I can just press my moves, start getting damage down now before all the weakening occurs. When in reality, my entire job is I need to fake out a massive threat, turn 1, or whenever Grimmsnarl comes in. This gives me free turns to be able to set up with Nasty Plot on Delphox. This gives me free turns to be able to theoretically miss a Heat Wave. This is one of the 2 things that I have that lets me miss Heat Waves without much penalty. On top of the fact that it breaks Focus Sash, on top of the fact that I can't get, like, encored into using Fake Out, which is a massive boost of viability against things like Whimsicott. And not having Light Screen, I think, is better than not having Reflect, as Spirit Break and Parting Shot allow for this Pokemon to be able to still very easily lower special attackers without much fear. Because unlike physical attackers, where lowering a stat, a lot of Pokemon have Defiant, not a lot of Pokemon have Competitive. Milotic being the only one in the game that is seeing usage. I know Meowstic is also in the game, but Meowstic really is not that good right now. So, and specifically female Meowstic has Competitive. So, Grimmsnarl is able to easily still lower the special attack of a ton of different Pokemon. If it's a Dark type, it still takes super effective damage and lowers the special attack stat. Reflect also still allows me to beef up my physical defense in a pinch if needed. And Parting Shot obviously works as a pivot move and drops both attack and special attack. So Spirit Break kind of fits in where Light Screen was. Reflect kind of fits in general, especially with the amount of physical attackers. This is just a better move to have in most cases than Light Screen currently in this current format. And again, Parting Shot really good for just pivoting around with this Pokemon, even if it doesn't work into every Mon because of specifically Prankster not working on Dark types. But yeah, this Pokemon exists to buy me extra turns that I otherwise wouldn't have and deal decent fairy damage, especially since I don't have Moonblast on Whimsicott. This is my next best option. Also, this is just a fun fact, but did you know that even a 0 invested minus special attack nature Grimmsnarl has a higher special attacking stat than a neutral 0 investment Whimsicott? So I theoretically could use something like Moonblast and still deal more damage than what my Whimsicott would be doing with Moonblast. Obviously, that's not the case. I'm using Spirit Break, but theoretically speaking, I could do that. Next up, we have one of my other major damage dealer of the team, and that is Garchomp. Garchomp, debatably the best Pokemon in the format currently, dethroning Sneasler and obviously Incineroar, having more use than Mega Charizard Y and Mega Floette and Sylveon. This is Genuinely, you're going to be seeing it on every other team, if not every single team that you fight currently, and that is just because this Pokemon has a phenomenal speed stat, a phenomenal attacking stat, and an amazing typing that allows it to just kind of function as a Swiss Army knife of resistances and damage dealing. It's very bulky still, even without much investment, or no investment really in my case with only 2 HP. This Pokemon takes hits, it deals insane damage, and the Life Orb, which is the item I'm running on it, just makes that even better. Earthquake is, I think, a must-use move on this Pokemon. I've seen some Stomping Tantrum, Garchomp, but I think spread damage is just really good in this format. There's very few Wide Guard Pokemon, and when you have a spread damage move with base power as strong as Earthquake on a Pokemon as fast and as strong as Garchomp, I think it becomes very silly not to use it. Dragon Claw to be able to beat opposing Garchomps, as well as just deal good neutral damage to most of the format. Obviously, you struggle against Steel types with Dragon Claw, but Earthquake kind of fixes that in most cases. And Rock Slide is the other move that is able to deal with, those other Steel types except for one, which we will actually be talking about soon. As the Steel types that are not weak to ground, barring a certain Pokemon, are Skarmory and Corviknight, because they are just not weak to, or they're immune to ground completely. They're flying types. Otherwise, you still would click Earthquake as it hits neutrally or hits super effectively. Rock Slide, also very good into Mega Aerodactyl, good into Pelipper, good into, obviously, Mega Charizard Y. The main reason why you have to run this move is for Zard Y, but it does have base use against a ton of other mons. In a pinch, if you think, oh shoot, maybe I'm gonna lose, I need to buy an extra turn, and I don't want to go for the double protect because I need damage down as well, Rock Slide, it can sometimes give you the flinch that you need to then be able to get the win that you need after, to just buy that extra turn. We did already talk about Farigiraf, but I do want to real quick go over the items of both Grimmsnarl and Farigiraf. Grimmsnarl, running the Citrus Berry item. Not the best item, but, you know, for a mon like this, where it just needs to survive, it needs to get down a little bit of damage, and then just kind of be a nuisance and stay around for a long time. Citrus Berry is really, really good, especially since Grimmsnarl is often going to be needing to switch back in, take a hit, and without Protect, Leftovers is just not a realistic item to use for it, because you would need to survive for at least 4 turns to get back essentially a Citrus Berry, and every turn after that it would get better, but most of the time Grimmsnarl is going down in about 3 to 4 turns if it's actually getting attacked. So that is kind of why I'm not running Leftovers on it, but I am running Leftovers on Farigiraf. Farigiraf with Protect is able to very consistently heal up at least a Citrus Berry's worth, as it usually is able to take 2 hits thanks to its great HP stat, great defense stat, great special defense stat. This Pokemon is just able to survive very, very long. On top of being able to, again, this Pokemon's main goal is also to live, but for a completely different reason. It's to live to stop priority from coming out. And so running Protect is very good on this. Being able to stall out those turns, keep this alive for longer, make sure Kingambit can't use Sucker Punch for longer, force them to deal with Farigiraf before they can even deal with my Mega Delphox, becomes very, very strong with this Pokemon. Lastly, but certainly not least, as these previous 5 while they were strong, I was not consistently winning with this team. There was something that was missing, and it was a steel type. Initially, I tried running Mega Skarmory, to kind of be funny, beat Mega Staraptor teams that relied on Follow Me Mousehold and Rage Powder or Sinistra too much, as Stalwart allows Mega Skarmory to ignore that ability, which I might be trying to make a team built around Mega Skarmory right now for that very reason, because it is funny. But I tried using that first, but the main problem is that it's just not strong enough into the rest of the field for me to warrant bringing it over Mega Delphox a lot of the time. And Mega Delphox is still able to deal with Mega Staraptor teams fairly decently. You just need to play it right, get your pivots correct, things like that. So Mega Skarmory very quickly became a no-go for me. I then tried to use Mega Corviknight, or not Mega, I tried using Corviknight, but Corviknight ended up being too slow. Despite everything, it maybe not slow, but it takes too many hits neutrally and gives me a very weird weakness to electric that Mega Raichu was able to exploit very easily. As other than Garchomp, I guess I have one resistance, but I don't know. It just kind of forced. It felt very weird to try and run, and I wasn't able to really set up body presses enough, iron defenses enough for body press, and its iron heads just were never strong enough to be able to deal with it. And while having a second Tailwind Mon could be useful, a lot of the time it just felt too weak, and bouncing back one Intimidate onto an Incineroar wasn't really fixing anything that much for me. And so I decided to not use Corviknight. I only tried it for a couple of games, so, you know, maybe this team would be better with a Corviknight, I don't know. But there is one reason why Corviknight, what it does not work with what I need the Steel type on this team to be able to do, which is why I am running Earthworm. We have Alaskan Bullworm, the Earthworm, almost max HP, max defense, and a very slight amount of speed. And the reason why we have a little bit of speed is to outspeed a bunch of Megas under Tailwind. Not just Megas, but a bunch of Pokemon in general under Tailwind. As at base 89, I'm able to outspeed everything short of, I think, base 130 speed stat, if I'm correct. Let me just double check. Mega Gengar at max speed would be, I believe 129, right? So yeah, okay. Anything slower than 130. So if you're at 130, you're faster. If you are below 130 speed, max timid, you are slower under Tailwind, which is really, really funny for this Pokemon. Which gives me something into things like Mega Pyroar, things like, funnily enough, Sneasler, Mega Frostlass with heavy, because of my Heavy Slam, does good damage into Whimsicott, does good damage into Sneasler, funnily enough. I'm able to outspeed and nearly one-shot, if not one-shot, Mouseholds. Mega Staraptor, I'm able to outspeed. Non-Mega Gengar. Like, even Pokemon that normally have decent speed investment thrown in, I'm still able to outspeed it. It's nothing crazy by any means, but it does let me get the drop on a bunch of different Pokemon that otherwise I would be fairly weak to. On top of that, we have so Heavy Slam again. Oh, the main reason was I wanted to make sure I was always faster than Mega Floette, but then that turned into I'm fine with being faster than anything besides like Mega Gengar. I think once you hit like base 130, it becomes hard to really. Or no, sorry, 89, not 99. What was I thinking? It wasn't 130. There was a Pokemon, though, that this was specifically... It reaches 178, not 198. I don't know why I was thinking 198. Oh, I believe I remember which Pokemon this was meant to outspeed. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That's what it was. I made sure that if I Tailwind, I am always faster than max speed Alolan Ninetales, and unless they are Focus Sash, I one-shot it with Heavy Slam. That is why. I guess they could also have it like insane bulk, but that is the reason behind the 89 speed stab, was to outspeed Mega, or not Mega, Alolan Ninetales. Nothing, it's not the greatest tech, but like occasionally it might get you something that otherwise wouldn't. But the main reason why we have Earthworm is actually twofold. The first and the biggest reason is Shed Tail. Shed Tail is an amazing move that allows for Earthworm to be able to pass a substitute to any of its teammates, such as a Mega Delphox, such as a Garchomp, such as maybe a Farigiraf that I really need to protect, or a Whimsicott or Grimmsnarl that I really need to protect. But realistically, Garchomp and mostly Mega Delphox are the reasons behind Shed Tail. So the other fun thing is that this works with many of my Pokemon for a lead. If I don't see anything like a fake out user or a what's it called? So long as there's not a fake out user or a Pokemon that much faster than Garchomp that can threaten to one-hit KO it, I can always run Earthworm with Garchomp, as I can even if they hit Earthworm, I can Earthquake, heal it back up to 25%, or 25% more health with Earth Eater, and usually get a Shed Tail off. If they don't have a Whimsicott lead, and they don't have a fake out user, I can run Whimsicott with Earthworm and get a fast Shed Tail if need be. If I'm worried about them faking out, I can run Earthworm with at least a Farigiraf in the back to be able to switch out into it. This just gives me so many different ways of pivoting out into a Pokemon that is actually able to start dealing damage, or in Delphox's case, maybe set up with a Nasty Plot that allows me to get the ball rolling and start dealing truly insane damage. This comes to not every matchup, but a lot of them, especially as the other major reason why we have Earthworm is that this is the King Gambit killer as well as the Garchomp wall, because Garchomp relies on 3 moves: Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide, unlike the other Steel types that are immune to ground, Rock Slide is still not very effective on Earthworm. And with max defense Earthworm, I genuinely have seen it do like 16 damage tops. It does like maybe 3% to this Mon to like 7% whenever it hits a Rock Slide. It does very little damage. Earthquake, it can't click because Earth Eater will heal it, and Dragon Claw is just as weak, essentially, as Rock Slide. It's slightly stronger, but without the flinch chance, I can almost always 1v1 practically any Garchomp. The only Garchomps that even have a slight chance have to run Fire Fang or Brick Break, which is very, very uncommon, and I'm likely beating them with my own Garchomp at that point or something else on my team, as they have to drop something that would otherwise be really good. Maybe they drop Rock Slide for Fire Fang, but then my Mega Delphox is able to deal way more damage way faster and is not threatened by a one-hit KO, barring a Dragon Claw crit that's imminent nature with maybe even an attack boost. Like, but yeah, that is the team. So, it also is running Choppleberry to be able to deal with the various close combats and low kicks of the format. I've thought about switching this to a different item, but I just have not figured out what that item would be yet. Maybe Citrus Berry, but Grimmsnarl actually is fairly useful at using it. I've, funnily enough, actually thought of using the Oran Berry to always heal it just above 50%, so I can go for a second Shed Tail without needing to use Earthquake. However, the Oran Berry is so bad that that's really not something. Plus, the Akka Berry is... I will never take... I always get one-shot by, like, every fire move, so I'm not going to take less than 50% with an Akka Berry anyways. So it's not worth running an Akka Berry to stop something like a Mega Charizard Y and Shed Tail out. But yeah. Also, other good leads with this, I'm able to fake out with Grimmsnarl to buy a Shed Tail turn. And Shed Tail is the reason why missing Heat Waves typically do not matter. It also gives me a way to beat Choice Scarf Basculegion in the back, as Choice Scarf Bass will have to hit into my substitute, and if I already have a boost up with Nasty Plot, Psyshock one-hit KOs all Choice Scarf ones, unless they have like weird bulk investment that doesn't make sense. So that's the team. I've talked enough about it, so let's just get into the battles. But this is my best season so far, and I've been running this team for a couple of days now, and it's just truly good. So looking at this, we have an Italian Ice team, we have Mega Frostlass, we have Mega Guy that I can't think of the name of. Looking at this, I really like Farigiraf, but I think I like Farigiraf in the back. I think I like leading with Delphox, with Whimsicott, Farigiraf, and maybe Earthworm does a lot better into most everything, but Garchomp just deals higher damage faster. It's just weaker to the Frostlass, and it's more susceptible to getting burned. I think I can definitely go without whatever it's called. Go without Earthworm this game. Frostlass King Gambit. This is kind of the lead I expected. Here, I really like just insta ripping Heat Wave and switching into Farigarath. I get to preserve my Focus Sash. If they go for Sucker Punch, it was useless. If they Shadow Ball me, one, they might just die to Heat Wave. And if they don't die to Heat Wave, I believe I still live the Shadow Ball. They have to specifically kowtow Shadow Ball Delphox here, and even then they're still taking damage. Maybe they could protect in Shadow Ball, but still take just a ton of damage on this Frostlass. So we'll see what they went for. If they set up Aurora Veil, I feel really okay with that as well. So let's see how this ends up going. I'm expecting Sucker Punch here. No Sucker, okay. Wow, both just barely live. And it's gonna be Blizzard and probably Kowtow. Iron Head, interesting. Okay, well, I'm fine with that. I always Heat Wave here. And then what Pokemon do they have in the back still? I'm debating if I ever want to click Twin Beam here. Twin Beam, the main problem is like I can miss an attack here. I can miss Heat Wave. I feel like clicking Protect. Okay, if I'm protecting, that means neither of those are. Okay, never mind. King Gambit does protect. I could have gone for Psyshock, but if Heat Wave lands... Let's see... Okay, so I'm not really losing much ground, and this King Gambit is still in an awkward position, especially since it now dies to Garchomp chip from hitting it, Garchomp. And yeah, there's the forfeit. And like that, that's the power of anti-priority turn one. They definitely needed to kowtow into me that turn, and they just decided not to. And I'm on a 7-win streak in Master Ball tier right now, by the way, after that game. So we're cruising. We're already at rank 3 Master Ball tier. We're aiming to try and reach rank 1. It'd be, or like tier 1. Okay, we have another Mega Scovillain team. Interesting rain team as well. I've not fought this version in a while. I think I want to lead something like this. Sort of makes sense to me, but like the 2 rain abusers are really, really scary, so something like this makes sense. Maybe I just say no Mega altogether, as Garchomp is able to deal with practically everything decently well. I could also always go for fast switch out, but that seems a little silly. Do I want Whimsicott or do I want Delphox? I think I need Delphox for specifically Scovillain, because Psyshock still deals enough damage to it. But this is a tough team. This looks like a team that I will struggle against. I'm gonna just insta rip a Shed Tail and fake out into Archaludon. break sturdy if it has it, but I'm likely about to give it a stamina boost. If I see that it gets a stamina boost, I think I go into Delphox. If it doesn't get a stamina boost, I can go into Garchomp free of charge. And this only backfires if they also fake out into my Earthworm, which I'm just not... Oh, okay. They do have fake out on their Grimmsnarl. So we're gonna trade here, see what it is. It is stamina. And our Chaladon is faster than me, not a surprise, but is a good thing to know. Here, I think I want to Shed Tail and Parting Shot this Archaladon. If they protect, I don't really lose anything. I doubt they're going to, though. Taunt Grimmsnarl could be a problem, but I have not fought any with Taunt yet. There's the light screen, makes sense. You already have the defense boost. And then this is maybe flash cannoning into that slot, but I think I'm okay with that. I think if they flash cannon into Garchomp, I'm not taking enough, yeah, to like really care. And then with Delphox behind Substitute, I feel decent with setting up a nasty plot, but I also could just start attacking. If they switch out, what do they have that like tanks well? They do have Pelipper, and I do expect them to bring in the Pelipper at some point. And then I think I just want to get damage down on this Archaladon. So if they switch out Grimmsnarl, this Archaladon is taking an Earthquake right now. If they're attacking into Delphox, there's the Parting Shot into Garchomp. Okay, interesting. I do think we're about to see Pelipper coming out here. And if that's the case, okay. And then Electro Shot, maybe? If they Dragon Pulse, I think it's unironically better for me. Because I will have gotten a free Nasty Plot off. There's the Earthquake. If I crit, this goes crazy. No crit, but still a little bit of chip. Electro Shot is the more annoying move to see here. Yeah, fair enough. It was gonna happen at some point. So they are boosted now, or sorry, they're back to neutral because I did Parting Shot them earlier. I could have protected there, but I feel better going for something like this turn. Have the chance to flinch the Archaladon, kill this Pelipper very quickly. If they insta-switch out the Pelipper, that's like the big problem, is switch out to Grimmsnarl, and then no flinch on Archaladon and a second Electro Shot into... Okay, I made the right play. We just hope that this was either not sashed. Okay, we hope for Rock Slide hit. A miss would be devastating here. Okay. No Pelipper, no Tailwind, we're good. And If they bring in Basket Legion now, I feel good. If they bring it in... Yeah. They do bring in Grimmsnarl. I feel good with Protect and... See, this is why I wish I had Whimsicott now instead of Grim. Do they ever flash... If they're smart, they flash cannon into the Garchomp slot, right? I think I do this. I think holding on to the Garchomp does make sense. Okay, no, negligible damage. They do get a second Electroshock boost, but that's fine. And then here... I mean, they almost certainly brought Basket Legion, right? I'd be shocked if they didn't. I think it's this. If they bring out Basket Legion here, I'm in a much worse position, though. Okay, no Basket Legion yet, but Parting Shot. Parting Shot's like the move that is the problem here, right? Sucker Punch. Okay, we live one. Good to know that it has that. Okay, that's fine. We needed damage on the Archaludon. I like Parting Shot into Archaludon again here. This is a very weird team, though. They likely called this out. Yeah. I could have just Heat Waved again and got more chip. Do I think they're dragon moving me? Very unlikely, but they are very likely clicking. This is what I do. This is what I do. I see it now. We live the Flash Cannon. Go you. Earthquake. If they Sucker Punch into Garchomp, they're a god. But I'm hoping that they do not think about me being able to heal up, I'm hoping they try to Sucker Punch into the Delphox slot right now. Yes! And then Dragon Pulse into my Garchomp that's already practically dead. Or Flash Cannon in case of the Grimmsnarl switch. This lets me get in Delphox again with a substitute. That is the whole reason why we made this play. Was so that I can do this. can Shed Tail, I can Fake Out, and I don't think this has Spirit Break, and even if it does, I don't think it gets me below half. And I know it has Sucker Punch, and I know it has Reflect and Light Screen. And Parting Shot. It literally can't hit me. This is, in no way are they able to stop me from getting a Shed Tail up right now. Is my last Shed Tail, and depending on what's in the back, this can get very bad. That's fine. Protect is fine. Good use of that Parting Shot, by the way. They don't want to put Grimmsnarl out. But here's the fun thing I can do. I can Protect, and I can Parting Shot this Archaludon. They're gonna run out on their time. They're taking too long to click moves. Genuinely, I might just win off time. 2 minutes 38 seconds is not a lot to play with, and they just are taking way too long with their attacks. There's the Sucker. And then if this goes down, I'm in a good spot, even if it doesn't go down. Okay. I like Nasty Plot and Heavy Slam into the Grimmsnarl, because it forces them to either break my sub but take a bunch of damage on Grim. The problem is what that last Mon is. The last Mon can fuck me up. But I also think I can maybe stall them out. There's the second Sucker. The Electro Shot. They're a dumbass. It's dead. It's dead next turn no matter what. Please kill this. Dude, holy shit. Oh, Orthworm, you're the fucking goat, man. Oh, you're just the fucking goat. And Light Screen ends. I guess it depends on if this is Basculegion. It is Basculegion. We have our sub up in front of Basculegion. Okay, I definitely am doing that. I'm definitely Psyshocking into Basculegion. And then I think I have to body press, right? So we're gonna purposefully wait until the 10-second mark. Wait, no, never mind. Tying does not help. Okay, there's Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet. That's never the right play. That's a full loss for them. And they electroshot it into Delphox slot. Body press won't kill, but it'll do a lot. Not a lot, but it'll do enough. They do have 50 seconds. They're just insta-clicking moves right now. But I think that's fine. I do this because it forces them to respect more options next turn. Plus I have Fake Out next turn. So like now I actually deal damage with Orthworm again into Archaludon. The problem is missing right now can just end my game. I Iron Defense again. I want them to make a misplay. It doesn't matter. Heat Wave hits. That's dead. I was trying to play in a way that was able to ignore Heat Wave miss, but I don't think there was a way. All right, that is bada boom, 8-win streak. Holy wow! I'm gonna put myself there again. 8-win streak in Master Vault here. Holy shit, I did not look at my camera till just now. I look blue as fuck. There's my lights right there, so... Not a fancy YouTuber with a ring light. Okay. Mega T-Tar with... Interesting. I've not fought a team like this. Really like a... I think I do this lead with Farigiraf in the back. Or... No. I know the Formon bring here. And I think it's this. Right? Like, Farigiraf is a little sketch of a bring just because of 2 dark types. But, like, I also stopped 2 fake outs and an encore Whimsicott, and I have a way to roar if they are running Trick Room. I don't think I need Encore, because it's not that good. Again, 2 immunities plus Armor Tail, yeah. I can't bring my Prankster Mons, so it was more of a which order do I send this in? They might not have got all their Mons in time. They might have, though. I'm gonna assume they did until they prove they haven't. Farigiraf Sneasler. Okay. Whoops. Easiest turn 1 of my life. If they CC, I'm fine. If they fake out, I'm fine. I guess Roar, if they're also using Roar for Farigiraf, but like, I doubt it. Look how little this is about to do, by the way. I guess that still is a lot, but... Okay, wider to be expected. do outspeed. If it's Hyper Voice, we'll still take a little bit of damage, but I think it's fine. And they Twin Beam into you. So this turn, we're actually going to play a little defensive, despite already having the, substitute up. I'm going to protect here. I'm going to roar the Farigiraf. Force it into something that very likely is not going to want to be out against me. If they Twin Beam into my Garchomp slot, which I'm expecting, honestly. Yep. And then if Sneasler comes back out, it essentially is just dead. Or something else has to take damage that doesn't want to take any damage right now. Instant. That's even better. So this forces a switch of some kind. Or a ton of damage down on this stuff. I'm actually going to use this as an opportunity to get back in Orthworm and try to heal it. Because I feel like it's very clear now that the Garchomp is the main threat. I also now know they don't have Whimsicott, so they can't outspeed me. So my Delphox will always be the fastest thing on the field, barring Trick Room, which means Farigiraf's life is even more important to keep. But if they do anything into my Farigiraf, it's going to be Throat Chop. If they go for like Hypnosis or something, I'm fine with Orthworm not really doing a whole lot right now. And yeah, like that's the type of damage we're talking about here, by the way. Icy Wind. So we will have our sub get broken here. But I don't think that matters. Okay, smart. They correctly assume the Garchomp is the threat. Now, as for this turn, I'm gonna do this. I want Orthworm to go down here. Orthworm going down puts me in a perfect position. If not, I still do a lot of damage to my Lodic, so it's not an awful position regardless. But having Orthworm go down means I can get Delphox in for free, and then I can just click Earthquake and Psyshock. Please kill. Sick. That is what we want to see. Yeah, if they protect, right? Protect just turns it into a weapon target move. I think my Lodic always goes down here. Right? In order to do 70% after a crit, I would have already needed to be doing like 48% or something like that. We'll see if they pred it. Okay. They do protect there, but I think it's too little too late. Because that's dead. Next turn, I can double into the Milotic slot, and then Farigiraf is never able to 1v3. So, like, they get a little more healing with Milotic, but it doesn't matter. Is essential. The only way that this backfires is they get the double protect here, and even then, it's still an uphill battle for them. So, like, is there any way that I can still lose this? They get the double protect, they set up Trick Room, they, like, crit stalled me, and crit Hyper Voice or Twin Beam. Like, they need a lot of good luck on their side. They don't even go for the double, so that's a dead Milotic. Maybe not from that, but with Earthquake it is. And then even if they set up Trick Room now, my Milotic should always 1v1 this Farigiraf without, like, horrendous Heatwave luck. If they don't set up Trick Room, it's just over. They do set up Trick Room. I mean, I could also just go into my own Farigiraf. Yeah. They misplayed by killing my Orthworm. The best thing Orthworm can do is leave the battle. It's just sometimes leaving the battle is with a substitute, and other times it's by dying. Nairo. Alright, let's see it. Floette team. Really like Garchomp lead, Garchomp Whimsicott. I think it's just this. This is one of the teams where I don't really need Earthworm, although it does do decently into the Metagross if it doesn't have Hammer Arm or Brick Break. It also does well into Arrow, but, like, I don't think I need it is the thing, but it could be good, so I should consider it, maybe. I could always do this, but then I'm Fake Out weak, so is it ever I have to bring Delphox, I feel. Or wait, no, I'm not Fake Out weak, because I picked the wrong Pokemon. Like, it could be this, but I just don't see the need of bringing. So is it Farigiraf, or is it... It's between Farigiraf and Grimmsnarl right now. Grimmsnarl gives me free turns. Farigiraf stops Fake Out. They have 2 Fake Out users. They also have Bullet Punch, maybe. I think Farigiraf's the right play, but definitely could be... Definitely could have been Grimmsnarl. Sadly, no Orthworm this game. Okay. That lets me set up Tailwind, but nothing else. This is maybe the worst lead that I could have ran into. Damage down on Hydreigon makes more sense to me right now. If it's Scarfed, I'm screwed no matter what. Okay, Fake Out. Flamethrower. It is Scarfed, but they picked the wrong move to lock into. They were trying to boom me off turn 1. Okay. Looking at their Mons, I feel like they might want to bring their Floette out here. We're gonna protect and Earthquake, because I think this Hydreigon is switching out. Yep. So now Floette's taking a bunch of damage. They don't have Tailwind up. They could Parting Shot here. Just keeping that in mind. But if I crit, it'll die. No crit, but still good damage down. We also have our own Tailwinds that are in the back. They do have Citrus Berry. They do Parting Shot. So this turn is awkward, right? This is the turn where I need to guess right or I can just lose. Never mind. Mega Dazzling Gleam plus... I might die. Forcing out Floette, though, I think is worth. Forcing out Floette or getting Whimsicott in is what I need right now. Right? So Farigiraf dying or phasing out Floette works. If they Calm Mind, I'm in good shape. There's the CC. We do live. We won't live a Dazzling Gleam, though. Okay, they do Dazzle. Yeah. I don't think that this is awful, though. It's just, do you think Delphox can 1v4? I don't think so, which is why we're risking a huge potential misplay right now. But I'll resist CC. I resist CC. I resist Dazzling Gleam. They likely aren't going... They're likely Dire Claw and Dazzle right now, though, because Dazzling Gleam would just kill me regardless. And I need Garchomp back in without attack drops. Dire Claw. Show me Dire Claw. Oh, that's not the Mon we wanted to see Dire Claw on. Please live, 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 live. Holy fucking shit. Okay. I think we lose this, man. I'm not seeing the play forward. Because this Sneasler's faster than my Garchomp now. Maybe the play was to not do... I don't know. I don't know. Show me burns. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they played this really well. I needed to hope that somehow I would have killed the Sneasler this turn, but since it's alive and it is boosted, I mean, there's still technically a way. No, because it's scarfed. I guess if it's only got Draco, there's still a way. We're gonna Rock Slide, because I think it'll do enough to still kill. Yeah, that's game. GG's. There's just not a way for me to deal damage fast enough. Tailwind ends next turn. They can always pivot out the Floette. They played that really well. Can't even be upset. That is sadly the end of my 8-win streak, though. No 9-win streak today. I don't even know which, like, I should watch that over again and figure out which turns I made truly bad plays in. Like, maybe it's Psyshock into the Sneasler, Energy Ball into Floette, but it's hard to tell. Okay, this is way more of what I'm used to currently. So with this team, I like this lead, especially since they don't have Ensign. Obviously, I need Delphox in the back, and then if I want to make sure that I'm not dying to dumb shit, I need Farigarath. Because I'm almost never actually getting off a Shed Tail, just because Zard Y is able to do so much damage. And Kowtow has a chance of dropping me below, but maybe. I need to think about this. The problem is it's going to be Zard Y lead, right? Plus, there's ways that they can break it, but then still let their Sucker Punch go off. So I think this just makes more sense. Interesting. I don't mind this double, actually. Yeah, I could have just attacked. I always protect here. Then I think I just get some damage down on both. Because I know I never want to have a second Trick Room go up. I don't understand what is with Thunderbolt Farigiraf right now. Really? That fucking sucks, man. Well, I try to reverse Trick Room right now anyways, and I might as well Nasty Plot. Okay, I'll live. Do I live both? I live both. The problem— no, they can't Quick Attack! You have a chance. Always want to roar into Farigiraf to make sure that a second one isn't going up, and Psyshock into Sylveon. This might just kill. Dude, it lives a +2 Psyshock naturally? What bulk does this thing have? Okay, they're dumb. They didn't set up Trick Room again. That's my one saving grace. Because they could have. And Garchomp beats everything that they have in the back pretty much right now. Doesn't matter, because I didn't Heat Wave, so they can just do it here. All I need them to mess up right now and protect Sylveon, and I need a lot of damage down if I want to even have a chance. Oh, that's so unfortunate, man. I'm in such a good spot. A turn ago. If that just kills, man. If it kills, I get Force Farigiraf off the field. And that was in its physical attack stat. That's its physical defense. +2 Psyshock really didn't kill, huh? And it wasn't Focus Sashed either. Yeah, that's game. Oh, that's so annoying, man. That's such an annoying loss. Because I think I made the right play. I think I have to... like, yeah, I lost off lead was kind of the thing, but like, I think in that case, I literally have to double out. I gotta damage calculator this real quick. Pokemon damage calculator, champions. Sylveon. Am I crazy? Where's the... one sec. Where's the Pokemon champions? There. Nope, still not what I want. This one. Okay, Sylveon. Whoops. Delphox. when I'm in on this side. Sylveon. Shock. Mid-nature. Will be on. I get it at +2? Am I crazy? What? God damn it, I hate when people try to make their own custom fucking thing and it doesn't fucking work. I'm so confused how this fucking works. Oh my god, take the lead. You don't want to see tackle. God damn, I hate certain frickin' Sylveon Fairy offense. Fast offensive, Mega. Timid. +2. Doubles. Dude, how much defense did they pour into this thing? To have any chance of living, they needed to be max HP with at least 10 defense points in there. And if they wanted to guarantee live, they needed 27 points in their defense, which just does not make sense for how strong they were. I mean, if they were max, that's one thing, but... God damn. And Psyshock was my highest damage dealing move. It would have been very dumb if I went for Heat Wave. It's such the right play, but like what? How much defense do they have to survive what move? Is it to guarantee survive like a Sneasler Dire Claw? A random Iron Head? I don't know. Weird team. I'm not gonna think too much on this one. It's a very weird team that I don't see doing well into my team. I guess maybe I could have gone Whimsicott lead, which would have been slightly better into more things. But if they lead Chestnut, I can just hard switch Encore, right? What are they trying to do, man? Rock Slide Shed-Tail. If they follow me, this is just the biggest throw I've ever seen someone make. I guess they could taunt. Maybe this is like Scarfed Vivillon. You know, I said the biggest throw that they could make was something else. Good job, you hit all 10 times. Flinch. Please flinch, it'd be funny. Be so funny if they flinched. Be hilarious. Still doesn't matter, by the way. I'm just gonna spam Dragon Claw and Psyshock here. Like, maybe this is Scarfed Mousehold, but I doubt that as well. It's probably just timid. I mean, it definitely dies to a Psyshock right now. No doubt in my mind about that. I mean, they could Hurricane right now to break the sub, but they Tailwind instead, which isn't a great play. It's not an awful one, though. But I think I just sack Orthworm to get Whim in for free now, so I can set up my own Tailwind. Maybe not, though. Greninja... What am I doing? What the fuck did I just do? I just got rid of my substitute. For nothing. I got rid of it for fucking nothing, man. I wanted to switch out Garchomp. Please hit both, thank God. Yeah, it's a forever rock type Greninja now. Last month's box. Oh, dude, if I lose this because I fucking... I guess it still could be Mega. It's not Mega. I'm so upset right now, man. What a dumb way to lose. I wasn't paying attention and I switched out. I switched out the wrong fucking line. I wanted to hard switch and protect. Last turn of Tailwind. Last turn of Tailwind, I double protect. Doesn't matter which order I do. Doesn't matter which order I fucking do. I'm an idiot. I need to tell him. Freeze me. Why don't you? Just do it. Just make it clear I was never winning from the start. I win if I click the right fucking moves in the right order. God. It's Tailwind. It's Tailwind, Psyshock, and then I can double Energy Ball and always win. Because I'm faster than Choice Scarf. Oh, that's so annoying. It's such a dumb loss, man. I think I'm done. I'm playing way worse right now, and I'm just getting in a loop of getting upset, which just means I'm gonna keep playing worse. We'll do one more recruit. It's such a dumb way to lose, man. Knowing exactly why I lost instantly after. Because I just didn't think it through enough. Through the fucking monkey. Might as well just see what else I get here. That blast recruit. That's actually one that I do one, and nothing else in here. Like everything else I already have, or I don't care to have. Lycanroc's like genuinely one of the few mons that I needed. Alright, well... such an annoying way to lose.